Hi, and welcome back to the Citizen channel. You're all staying safe and well. And yes, a preview as we games come quick and fast. I've just recorded the City United story of the game, and now I'm doing the preview for City versus Napoli. Yes, because we've an idea about the squad, haven't we? Although, of course, I'm recording this on the 15th of September, so yeah, still probably players to come back, etc. But I can only go with what I know, so we'll have a look anyway. So this is City versus Napoli, of course. Match day one. Let's hope this goes a little bit better than last season overall of the Champions League. A tough start. I don't think we could have got more of a tough start apart from playing them away. I suppose that might have been tougher, but this isn't easy. Of course, it isn't. So it's on the 18th of September, 8 p.m. kickoff at the Etihad. So if you go in and spot me, come up and say hello. So we'll check out Napoli's start to the season, plus a look, of course, of possible Pep's 11. Does he need to change anything after the Derby game? Well, what do you think? We'll see later on. We'll look at the bookies. We'll check out the Champions League and match odds, of course. Plus, Andy Morrison's always positive prediction and my own match prediction. Sometimes a bit less positive, but I'm sorry, that's how it is. So yeah, please enjoy, guys. Please, if you do enjoy the channel, yeah, just a moment, just smash that like button if you can. It'd be great. Give us those hype points. Yeah, we have hype points on YouTube now. If you like the content, we're just over 41,000 subscribers now. We're hammering up that chart now for the City fans rate. Up there. Top 5, I think, now, overall, which isn't bad, or near enough. So continue your support, guys. That'd be wonderful. Much appreciated. Love you all. Thank you very much. Don't do live shows or anything like that as much. I might do. I used to in the old days. I might go back, but it's time and to do these things. But as you know, lots of history stuff on the channel as well. So smash those buttons, guys. Right, let's talk about this preview now. Let's get on with it. Let's talk about the match itself. It's going to be on TNT Sports, of course, this one, with no details of the City channel yet, but of course all the build-up will be on there a couple of hours before the game, etc., in the studio. And of course, there's no doubt that Mr. Alistair Mann will be doing the commentating on the game as well. Right, yes, Pep Guardiola will be facing pre-match press conference in a couple of days, so check that out, although he doesn't let too much slip, does he? But we'll have an update on injuries, of course. This is, of course, was City's very first Champions League game back in the day. It was a bit of a disappointing game, wasn't it? It was a draw at the City of Manchester Stadium, was it called then? I don't think we called it the Etihad then, did we? I can't lose track, don't we? Of course, back in 2011, the 14th of September, so not far different time-wise. A lot of people wouldn't be surprised if this ended up 1-1 as well, but hopefully we can get the victory. That's all that matters. Overall, of course, we've got 2 wins, a draw and a loss against Napoli, so our record's not too bad. I say we've only played them 4 times. We've scored 8 goals and let in 6. Of course, Antonio Conte did wonders last season, his first season with Napoli, taking them to the title. And he's doing pretty well this season as well. This is his second season at the helm. There's no sort of hangover yet with Napoli. They've started well. They've nicked a certain player from us. We'll talk about that. Of course, some of their ins and outs. Rasmus Højlund, of course, is on loan from United. They've got a guy called Elmas, Miguel Guterres. He cost them 18 million euros. You've got Milikovic Savic. He's on loan. Sam Bakuma is cost them 31 million euros. And now Long cost them 25 million. And of course, some bloke called Kevin De Bruyne was a free transfer. And yeah, McTominay's also there, isn't he? He's been there a little while now. Victor Osimhen to Galatasaray was a big out from 75 million euros. Galatasaray, 75 million. I didn't know Turkish clubs could pay that sort of money. Raspadori went for 22 million to Atletico Madrid as well. Injuries, yeah. Lukaku remains out until around December. He's got a hamstring problem. That's probably not a good thing for us. Could do with him playing. He's usually garbage, but it can be very good. Yeah, and of course the centre-back Brahmani will possibly be back after the City game, so he might miss this one. In Serie A, of course, 3 games, 9 points so far, top of the league. Fantastic. They beat Sassuolo Salzgill 2-0 away on the first game. KDB scores on his debut, of course. Scott McTominay's got the other one. Then they beat Cagliari at home 1-0 with a 95th minute winner, so slightly fortunate. But they went to Fiorentina over weekend and beat them 3-1, so I think they'll be happy with that. 3 games, 9 points. And it's the sort of start they wanted. As I say, no real hangover yet from last season. So to conclude, I mean, Conte leading the defending champions, I think we'll be very happy with that start. They've not exactly been creating for fun, but have been very good defensively. Have been taking the chances pretty well. I mean, he even got Hodgson to score last time out against Fiorentina. So Conte is performing small miracles over at the Italian club. And of course, KDB was on the score sheet again with a penalty. There you go. Well, so he's doing all right, isn't he? So just rein it in for this week, Kevin, please. They conceded their first goal, of course, against Fiorentina, but De Gea, in their goal, interesting, kept the score down to 3. It could have been far more than that, but De Gea did well for Fiorentina. And of course, coming up, the next 7 Champions League opponents, I think they'll be quite happy after getting City out of the way. They've got Sporting at home, Eindhoven away, Eintracht Frankfurt at home, Qarabag at home, Benfica away, FC Copenhagen away, and then the only other real toughie for me there, no disrespect to those teams, is they've got Chelsea at home, but they're at home to them. So I can expect at least 16 points, if not more, from those 7 games. Hopefully they won't get any against us. So a top 8 would be good. Probably that might not be enough, but they should have little problem qualifying anyway. And they are looking good. Let's be clear, Napoli have hit the ground running this season and will be incredibly tough opposition for us. So that'll bring us to us, won't it? And the squad against United, for the sake of picking a Pepsi 11, I have to ignore the guys who didn't even make the bench, because you can't imagine they're going to come back and play. Most of them are sort of 2 or 3 weeks anyway, at least, if not up to 6 or 8 weeks. So the squad against United: Donnarumma, Kusanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, O'Reilly, Rodri, Bernardo, Reinders, Foden, Doku and Haaland. On the bench, Trafford, Ake, Nico, Savic, Nunes, Bob, Mukasa, Lewis and Mfuni. Of course, a couple of them we're not going to see in this game. We have to assume, as I say, anyone on the bench or not on the bench will be doubtful. So that's the squad we've got. That's the squad Pep's got to pick from. If you look at the Derby game, it's hard to think of anyone who didn't deserve another crack at this, who didn't deserve another run out. Even O'Reilly, who I thought was one of the weaker players, had a reasonable game. So is there anyone on the bench that can add something? Well, perhaps Ake can add experience. Do we need that experience against, rather than O'Reilly against Napoli? We probably will. I mean, say these are no mugs. It's going to be a tough game, this. I wouldn't mind seeing, if he's fit, as they came on briefly, didn't he, for about a minute against United, but I wouldn't mind seeing Ake playing. I'm not so worried about Lewis. I'm not so worried about Nunes, because I think really there's not a lot of reason for Pep to change this team, as long as they all come out of the game fine. Of course, we've got a big game on Sunday, haven't we, against Arsenal? But personally, I think I would concentrate on this game and worry about Arsenal afterwards, because this is more important. I've never said that. I don't think I've ever said that. I don't think I've ever said that this is, the Champions League is more important than the Premier League. But in this case, I think it is, because it's almost a free shot going to Arsenal, because I don't expect us to win. A lot of City fans don't expect us to win. So I think we should play our strongest team with this, see what happens, and hopefully a couple of guys might be coming back as well. But I'd go full pelt with his best team for this. And I can't see any real big differences. I could perhaps see one change. I'd personally put Ake in for O'Reilly. That's just a personal thing. But, O'Reilly gives us that youth, gives us that energy. And Napoli might be a little bit more defensive. They can be defensive, so perhaps you wouldn't need Ake's defensive abilities. And the team that lined up basically against for this United game is the team to go with for this Napoli game. It's going to be interesting. I've not seen Napoli. I don't know how they play, but it'd be interesting based on stats and stuff. They are they're not as free flowing as some as sort of some teams. They can hit you on the break, of course they can. They've got KDB who can do damage left, right, and centre, of course they can. But Yeah, I'm sort of stuck really. I've put Aki in my team, but to be honest with you, I could probably start with the same 11. That wouldn't bother me. And the problem with that, of course, is that I did say the other week that Trafford are playing the Champions League, but I can't see it now. I just Donnarumma will play. Simple as that. Trafford will get a game against Huddersfield in the Carabao Cup next week. So Donnarumma's going to start this game. I can't see anything past that. Can you? Anyway, so that's the 11. This is the 11 I'm going to go for. I would probably stick with the same 11, but I'll just make one change. I'll stick Aki in. Although, as I said, I'm not bothered. It's either or for me. Donnarumma, Kusanov, Diaz, Gvardiol, Aki, Raven, O'Reilly, Rodri, Bernardo, Reinders, Foden, Doku, and Haaland. Yep, there you go, guys. Let us know your views on that. Predictions, Moz's view on this game. Of course, he writes this probably 2 or 3 weeks ago. When you've had the sort of decade we have, it's even inevitable we'll see former legends return, and that's the case here with one, if not the greatest City player in Kevin De Bruyne. It's a tough one to call because we don't know how Napoli will be lining up or what they will be looking to do. Yeah, I think they'll be happy with a point. I think they'll be, and they've got the team to get a point. That's the thing. Andy said, but it will be a magical evening, I'm sure. I'm going to say the energy and love for KDB will actually inspire our boys to victory. Yeah, a little bit of afterglow from the Ricky Hatton thing as well. Moz's score prediction, City 3, Napoli 1. You get 12-1 on that. For me, I'm going to go 2-1. 7-1 generally, get 15-2 in a place. Yeah, all the odds for the Champions. Please gamble responsibly when the fun stops. Stop all that. Champions League winners: Liverpool and Barcelona are the favourites, 6-1. PSG 13-2. Arsenal 7-1. Real Madrid 8-1, and City way down for the first time in years, 9-1. But probably realistic in fairness. Napoli can get 25-1. Napoli fans, that seems a good price to me. Anyway, let's say gamble responsibly. Other popular scorelines for this game: a 1-1 and a 1-0 are both 13-2. That's to City. 7-1 in a place. A 2-0 City win is 15-2. The match odds themselves: City are 4-6 on, which is about par for the course. I think we've been that for the last 2 or 3 games. The draw is 3-1, and a Napoli win is 4-1. There you go, guys. So I said, please gamble. Just have a bit of fun. Let us know if you're having a punt on this one. Vlogs coming up, of course, after this Napoli game. Of course, the player ratings will be out on the 19th of September. There'll be an Arsenal preview probably on the 19th of September as well. Get that out quickly. And a story of the game on the 20th of September. So keep your notifications on, guys. Smash those buttons. As I said, if you like the content or you just want to get in contact with me, you can through my socials as well as YouTube. I've got apologies as well. I've got a new phone camera now, and it's a bit wobbly in parts, and I don't understand why. My last one wasn't, and this is supposed to be better, but there you go. Sod's law, I suppose. Anyway, my apologies for that. Hope everything was okay anyway. And if you enjoy the content, as I said, smash those buttons, and you want to just help us out and support the channel or sponsor the channel even, there are options there. To find out how you can do this, just stay watching and listening.
Thanks for that, guys. Hope you enjoyed the feature anyway, and please, if you can, give us a thumbs up, give us a like, that'd be wonderful. And if you're not already a subscriber, it'd be great if you could subscribe. It's absolutely free. Also, check out all my social media links. They'll be in the description and comments below if you want to follow me on TikTok, Instagram, X, Facebook. We can chat on there and do all things City, of course. Also, if you're into film and TV, don't forget a lot of this channel is film and TV stuff. I love me film and TV like I do City. So if you're into that, have a look. Or if you know someone who might not be that bothered about the football but likes film and TV, give them a kick in my direction. I'll be very grateful. And special thanks as ever to supporters of the channel. Piat6505. They've got a little eBay shop selling film and TV memorabilia mainly, including books, magazines, posters, lots of posters, and they do have some City stuff as well that they've purloined off me over time, so there'll be a few bits and pieces, probably more going on as well. So have a look at Piat6505 on eBay. And yes, if you do go onto eBay, and if you're a member, we do have memberships, 99p a month. You get early access to all my vlogs, so as soon as I do them, you get them. Sometimes it could be months before they're published generally, so a lot of the history stuff, so you have access. The membership gives you access to that. It gives you 10% extra off at Piat6505 if you want to buy any of that memorabilia. So you can actually gain that from being a member and support the channel. That's a great way of supporting the channel, of course, like watching the ads on the original thing that you've seen now, my original feature. That'd be fantastic. So yeah, also before we go, podcasts. If you like your podcasts, I do a podcast with Mike Long in South Korea. It's called Bolt from the Blue in our 8th season. Yeah, we've had some good fun on there. We're trying to have a bit of humour, generally look at City's games as and when we play them, have a look back. So please check out that. It's on Soundcloud, Spotify, all good places you get your podcasts from. There you go, guys. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed everything about this feature, and you didn't mind me asking you about this at the end. And please, all I ever ask for you is to stay safe, everyone, especially you Blues.